Now I'm sure that with these video titles, you must be thinking I have a death wish, but let me explain. The thing is, Haki is not the problem is what it did to the fights. Haki may have leveled the playing field, but in doing so, it killed the creativity that came with devil fruits. Because before Haki, somebody's choice of a devil fruit actually made a difference in fights. And ever since Haki got introduced, One Piece went from a show about who's smarter to who hits harder. And while devil fruits are still in use, Haki has greatly reduced the need to eat one. And that's just one of the things we have lost. So without further ado, let's go over how the power system in One Piece has evolved and everything it ended up destroying. But first, let me clarify that this isn't a nostalgia trip of back in my day things were so simple. In fact, it's the opposite. Haki is what made things simple. Now I understand with every big shonen series, it is only common sense that power systems develop as the world level rises and enemies become stronger. Like with Goku, he started with Super Saiyan 1, 2 and then Ultra Instinct. Naruto went from Shadow Clones to Kyuubi mode, and Luffy from Gear 2nd to now his Nika mode. This power progression makes complete sense, no issues there. But as the story unfolds, you realize that somewhere along the line, One Piece also lost something unique in the process, because the devil fruits that once created the need for creativity and strategy started becoming less important compared to Haki. Like for example, when I was watching Skypiea, Luffy took ages to meet Eneru, and during that time, I was constantly thinking that since Luffy is made out of rubber and Eneru's powers are lightning focused, there is a possibility that Luffy will not be affected because rubber does not conduct electricity, and I was wondering that will the show even use this? Was this matchup intentional? And yes, it made all the difference. And then back in Alabasta, when Luffy was getting absolutely wrecked by Crocodile, he was able to gain an edge just by throwing water on him because sand no like water. Now the thing is, Luffy wasn't necessarily stronger than Crocodile or Eneru, it was his Devil Fruit's properties that played a part in his wins. This was a world that gave the weaker characters a fighting chance. Your compatibility against someone actually mattered. But now post-Haki, everyone has the same override button that they keep spamming and the fights are more about who has the stronger Haki or willpower. But don't get me wrong, I understand that Haki was necessary because the power system was too skewed in favor of Logias, and Haki is what allowed characters like Shanks or Garp to blur every line a devil fruit could possibly create. But instead of balancing the system, it ended up flattening it. Now there are some exceptions to this where characters still heavily rely on their fruits and use Haki to complement their abilities and not replace it. Like Law for example, who instead of just overpowering people with Haki, he wins by abusing how broken and creative his fruit actually is. Even against someone like Big Mom who completely outclassed him physically, he was still able to pressure her through strategy, positioning and the sheer versatility of his fruit. God, I love him. But on the flip side, we see Kid get utterly demolished by Shanks, all because no matter how strong of a devil fruit user he can be, a stronger Haki can still break it apart. Now obviously you can't let these devil fruit users roam around all haughty just because they got lucky with their fruit, so it was crucial for the story to have a universal counter to them. But there is a difference between countering something and completely overshadowing it to the point where it's no longer needed, especially within the big leagues. In the end, I just want to add that yes, I fully agree that devil fruits still matter, just not as much as they used to, and that Haki may have fixed the system, but it ended up simplifying it. Because someone like Usopp, who is both weak-willed and also fruitless, is literally an error in the system. He is one of the characters who Haki has had the biggest beef with, because before it, Usopp could actually handle full-blown fights all on his own, or actually be a sniper. But now, Armament Haki's got news for him.